So I've got a tattoo on my arm here that says, "Be still," because as you can tell, I can't. Humor is how I chose to take this on. Hi, my name is Chantal Theriault and I am a program coordinator for the intensive care unit at the Ottawa Hospital, and I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2020. So at the very beginning of 2020, I noticed a bit of a tremor in my hand, which eventually moved up into my arm, a little bit higher, and as well into my leg. And I finally called my family doctor. She sent me for an MRI, she sent me for blood work, and then she sent me to see a neurologist, at which point I got the news that I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and it was a shock. It's definitely not something that I had in mind at all. And yeah, I mean, I went home that day and I had a moment of, woe is me. You know, you feel sorry for yourself, and then I said, no, that's not who I am, that's not how I'm going to navigate this, so I got this, let's go. This is going to be my 5th year since my diagnosis. We've, increased the medication a little bit. On the bigger scale of things, I'm doing really well. The fact that I'm still able to do kickboxing 3 times a week, I help coach. I think I'm living a really happy and healthy life. Being in this environment and working in this environment, and then on the flip side of things, being a patient in this environment humbles you. You get to see what family members experience. You get to see what patients, the fears that patients go through. Getting a diagnosis on something that I didn't know anything about did bring fear into my world until I remembered the people that I work alongside, and I know that I'm able to build this team and that I'm never going to walk alone on this journey. Dr. Schlossmacher happens to be my neurologist, which I'm extremely fortunate that I got in with him, because he's a world-renowned neurologist and he's doing some really great things for the research side of this disease. I mean, I feel honored that I was even part of some of the studies that are completely unrelated to, me as an employee or this was me as a patient, and it makes me really proud that I'm part of this. I think he's doing big things, and we need to encourage and support what he's doing. This doesn't define who I am. It's what I have, but it doesn't define who I am, and I think that's been the most important part of this journey, is that I still have a life to live. This was not a diagnosis that meant the end of anything. It meant the beginning of something, and that's sort of the outlook that I've taken, is just one day at a time, but I'm going to control it until it controls me.